Welcome back, everyone, to another aspect of our AutoCAD 3D design. In the previous lessons, we learned how to create our 3D walls and then also extrude them, right? We also learned how to create the space cavity for our windows. Now, we'll be learning how to create the windows and the doors, in which will be fitted into each of these cavities you are having here. Okay, without wasting much time, let's go ahead and do that. But first of all, we'll be creating for this bigger door here, right? Before we now come back and create for the entrance here, which is from the kitchen to the veranda outside here. Okay, and for us to now look at something here. Here is our building in an isometric format, right? Our y plane and x plane based on what we are having here, and our z plane is the height. All right. Now, if you look at this view cube, we are having it here to know the direction we will be working on. Like for example, now once we are having this at top, definitely we want to be working on top here, which is our top here. This is our left, which is this side of our drawing here, our left side here. This is our front, right, which is this side here. And if this is our front, definitely the other side at the back here will be the back, which is this side. And then the opposite of our left, which is here, will be our right, which is this side, right? And then after top, the opposite of top, we're having the bottom here, which is below our plan. So now, if you should notice, when I want to draw something earlier on each of the faces, it's giving me a blue highlighting tick here. It's highlighting this side of the wall, indicating I want to draw on this side of the wall. If I want to draw here, it will be showing me this blue highlight here. It will be highlighting that aspect, indicating I want to draw on this side here. Similarly to other part of the building, anywhere you are touching, it will be highlighting it, indicating you want to draw on that aspect there, on that part. And that is done by switching on this snap UCS here. If I switch it off now, it will not show me anymore, right? Now, for it to be shown, then you have to switch it on. And let's assume it is not switched on, also it is still better for us to use our UCS coordinate here, our coordinate here, right? We use it here. And then let's assume, okay, we've been working, we've rotated, we've done everything. I want to take it back to our isometric view. What is just left for us to do is to go back to home. Once we take it to home, then we can zoom in on our work properly. And then we can just come here, right click and click on parallel to make it normal back, right? So now we are having this. Okay, let's now go ahead and use what I've just said now to draw what we want to draw. Now, based on the view cube, this is our front, right? Which is this. It is in that front plane now that our entrance door is located, right? So what we need to do now is to come here and select our front, indicating I want to draw on my, do you now see the graph grid here? The grid here has now brought me to my front plane now. It's now standing upright, indicating I want to draw on my front view here now. So I'll just go ahead, click on rectangle tool, then select from, oh sorry, that's changed. Okay, now select this endpoint and then drag it down to this endpoint here, right? Okay, now I'll just move it outside to be able to make my design. Let's move it. Okay, and let's move it from here. Let's come here. All right. Okay, we're having this. All right. Now we need to trim out. First of all, we need to draw the frame for our door, right? Let us first of all draw the frame for our door. And for us to do that, we have to trim out this bottom part here. So we just go ahead to trim, and then you'll be trimming it out while your plane is still in front plane, right? While this is still in front. If not, it will not trim out because what you are still editing is still on the front plane. All right. Now, after doing that, we need to form we need to complete the frame design. All right, this is just a straight line. We need to complete the frame design, and for us to do that, we need to draw the frame pattern on the floor here below here. We'll draw the frame pattern and then sweep it across the line to get our complete frame. And for us to do that, we need to change our plane to top. All right, now you see that the grid line is now lying down. All right, now We'll go ahead and use our polyline to draw the frame, just a simple design of frame. All right, now let's do this. Let's bring this here and give it a distance of 50. All right, now the distance of our door, which will be within the frame now, is, let's give it 30. All right, and then that 30 now is, it should be subtracted from the distance of our complete wall. You know the frame will be within the wall, right, which is 230. Now this 30 now will be subtracted from our complete wall, right? Our wall will now be left with 200. All right, so now here we'll be having 20, and then now let's give our wall the thickness because of our wall. Now, you know, I said we subtracted our door from it, we will now be left with 200. All right, and then we can just complete this by adding up this length and this length together. Nonetheless, we can still just trace this out. Let's trace it out. Okay, and you're having this, and let's complete it. All right, okay, this is what we are having, and then let's give it a kind of very good design. Right, now let's just come here, chamfer, and select our distance, or just simply type D on your keyboard, D, enter, and then let's give it a distance of 70, and that also. Okay, so now let's select this and then this. All right, now let's draw a circle in between here. Let's give it circle, and then give it a diameter of 20. Okay, now let's come to this drop down arrow here between 20, between the circle here, and select tan radius. Now select our first tangent here, the second tangent, and then give it a radius of 15. All right, let's go again and this for the other side. Our first tangent, second tangent, and 15, enter. So now let's now trim out the unnecessary or unwanted parts. Let's trim out this. Let's do this here also, like this. All right, so this is what we're having, and then let's join it together. We are having two different sections now, the first one, and then the other one here, the curve. Now let's go ahead and join them together. J for join. Let's select the object and enter. Right, okay, they're now a single entity. Now let's go ahead and sweep it across this frame here now. So we'll come here and click on sweep. Let's select the object we are intending to sweep, and then enter. It's now asking us to select sweep path, which is this line we drew, sweep path, and we are having this. So this kind of design we are having for our door, right? Okay, so now after this, we will then go ahead and create our door. But sorry, before that, we should have created layer for doors and windows, right? Let's quickly do that. We have our 3D walls. Okay, let's create a layer. Let's say our 3D door, right? Okay, let's change the color. Let's give it, okay, let's kind of think this should be okay. Okay, now let's make this that layer our door layer. Okay, right, and let's make our door layer the current layer now. Okay, let's select it as our current layer. Okay, now we need to design our door, and for us to do that, then we'll come to the back of this our frame here now. Let's come to the back, which is the back here now, right? Then we'll change this to the back, indicating we want to draw at the back of our building here. So now pick the rectangle tool and draw our frame. Since this is the measurement of our door from this point here to this point, right? So we just need to create a rectangle across this plane here and bring it down. Okay, now let's go back to our front. Come on, let's go back home. Let's go home. Parallel, and then let's change this back to our WCS, so everything will go back to normal position. Okay, now this is the frame, this is the frame of our door we drew now. Let's move it outside. Let's move it outside. All right. Okay, now let's kind of create a simple door. All right, let's create a simple door. So what we just need to do now is, okay, let's see. Let's select this. Okay, now we need to edit it. Now it's in the front, right? Now we just have to change this to our front for easy editing. And if these grid lines are disturbing, you can just switch it off here. Nonetheless, it's still the same thing, right? So now let's go ahead, let's select it, and then let's offset. Let's give it a distance of 100 and see. Okay, this is what we are having, right? Okay, now let's select this and see how we can design it. Okay, let's draw a line in between here. All right, let's copy this. Let's say 25, here also 25. All right, let's delete the one in the middle, and then let's trim this out. Okay, okay, don't let us trim the inner one yet. What we need to do now is, let us draw a line here. All right, let's draw a line here parallel to this. Now let's select it and then move it up with a distance of 1100. Let's see. Is it not too high? It's too high. Let's bring it down the distance of 400. Okay, I think we are good. Now let's copy it and move it up with a distance of 100. Okay, I think we are good to go. Now let's trim out some unwanted parts here. We're trimming out this. Okay, now let's trim this out. Okay, I think we're okay with that. And then let's erase this off. Okay, so this is what we're having, right? Now let's select everything and bring them out. Let's bring them out for now. Now let's copy and then we'll bring it out. All right. Okay, I think we are good to go. So what we need to do now is, let's make all this, they are separated, right? Let's join everything together. Highlight it and G for join. Okay, they're now a single entity. Okay, let's go ahead and offset each of them with a distance of, let's use 50. All right, what's going on? Why is it not offsetting? Okay, you know what, let's explode them and do them one by one. I think that will be easier. I don't know why it's not working out. Okay, let's offset, sorry, offset distance of 50, right? Okay, okay,